So, good morning. Thank you guys for waking up earlier than me because I'm still asleep. And we're going to talk about We're talking about paginated reports this morning. I thought it was Power BI, but it's paginated reports. And so my name is Patrick LeBlanc. And Power BI reports, let's get really specific because Chris Finland is sitting in the audience. You guys know what I meant, didn't you? Yeah, of course they did. They knew Chris. And so this morning, my name is Patrick LeBlanc. I am a program manager on the Power BI Customer Advisory Team. Please don't ask me what that means, what Customer Advisory Team means. Ask Adam, he knows what we do on that team. I just started working on the team in November, so I haven't figured out quite what my job is yet. All right, and so this morning, we're gonna talk about paginated reports in Power BI. So how many of you guys are familiar with SQL Server reporting services? How many of you guys are very proficient at designing RDLs? What's an RDL, Patrick? Paginated reports. How many of you guys are? Let me see it again. I didn't see. Hold your hands up. All right. How important is a rectangle? Right? Right? How important is a rectangle? It's very important. Okay, and I'm going to show you why it's important today. So I know the session description said Patrick's going to walk through showing you how to build this report. Not true, right? I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to build reports. And I'm going to talk about paginated reports as a whole. I'm actually going to show you how to migrate your SSRS report from a report that was built in SSDT up to Power BI, because I think most of you guys are probably using reporting services today. You agree? Or Power BI report server. Raise your hand up high. And you have those RDLs published out. I was at the Ask the Experts yesterday, and at least 15 people said, so if I'm using SSRS, can I use paginated reports? Yeah. Well, how do I get them there? Just publish them. It's just that simple. All right, there's some limitations. Chris Finland yesterday talked about all of the capabilities and limitations and things like that in paginated reports. If you're using SQL Server or Oracle or Teradata analysis services and you're not using sub-reports, open the report up. There's a couple other things and bookmarks. You just open the report up and publish it, and I'm gonna show you how to do that today. And we're gonna talk about a little history of reporting services. Not quite sure why the reporting services team stopped working for 10 years, but it appeared that they did, and then they start working again. I don't know what happened. All right, I don't know what happened. All right, so let's get into this. So I want to start this session talking about why paginated reports, because a lot of people often ask me, even when I did a video recently on the YouTube channel about like an update of paginated reports, and you could see in the comments, well, why do I need paginated reports? Why wouldn't I just use Power BI? Bless you. They're two separate things, right? Paginated reports and Power BI reports, they are not meant to replace each other. They're meant as a complement to each other. If there's anyone in the room that disagrees with that, you probably should just leave right now. All right, I'm gonna give you see you later. Be careful. We'll wait for you to leave because I don't want you to hear any of my trade secrets because you disagree with me. Okay, he's safely out of the room. Okay, so, okay, they are not in competition, okay? They are not meant to replace each other. They are meant to, I need my paginated report because I need to send invoices out. I need to send report cards out. I need to send transcripts out. I need to print QR codes on a formatted page, a custom formatted page, right? I need to export something that I need to email to someone, but it's multiple pages long. I create a Power BI report that has a table in it that has 1 million rows in it. When I print that Power BI report, how many rows do I see? Whatever's on the screen. 7 of them, right? 1 if you squish it down a little bit. If you make all the text white, you don't see any of them. And so, but with a paginated report, it just goes from one page to the other, and I can see them all. And somebody asked me, well, why won't the Power BI team allow me to print that entire table? Because it's not a paginated report, right? It's ad hoc analysis of data. If you want ad hoc analysis of data, you use Power BI. If you want to print nice I love this word, pixel perfect reports, you use paginated reports. You literally have control of the entire design surface when you use paginated reports. When you use Power BI reports, when could we do conditional formatting? When did they give this the ability to do and believe me, I'm not discounting Power BI reports. I love them. I think they're phenomenal. Right? They're easy to do. I'm not discounting how great Power BI reports are. I'm just trying to make sure you guys understand, because a lot of people, they're confused, right? And so when did they introduce conditional formatting in Power BI reports? Yesterday. Nah, it was a little longer than that. When did they introduce conditional formatting in paginated reports? Day one, right? Right? It's been out a bit, right? Okay. So I remember, I wish I remember your name. We had our own little fire, Stephanie, right? We had our own little chat this morning. I did the presentation for them around 7:30 this morning when we were sitting in here. So this is her second time seeing it, and this guy over here too. And so the first time I used reporting services, how many of you guys remember Crystal reports? It was a thing. Crystal was a thing. It's not a thing anymore. I don't know what happened to them. And so they are like the number 4 reporting tool right now, right? And so when I first was introduced to reporting services, you remember those big, and I'm dating myself here, you remember Microsoft used to send those orange and purple discs to all those discs? They would send those discs, MSDN subscription. They would send all this stuff to you every month. And so I was just flipping through it, and I saw this thing, it said reporting services. I was like, we didn't have all the interwebs and the white papers and all this stuff that the millennials have at their fingertips, right? You had to actually print stuff and buy books, go to Barnes & Noble, right? And I saw this thing, it said reporting services. I popped it into my disk, my CD-ROM on my laptop. They don't make those anymore, by the way. I didn't know that. My little girl, I gave my little girl a really old laptop and had a CD-ROM, and she's like, "What's that, Daddy?" I was like, "Oh, it's media, sweetheart." Anyway, so I popped this thing in, and I was looking for an executable to install. There wasn't one. You installed it from a command prompt. It was bananas. It was like DOS. So I popped it open, and I wrote some stuff, and some things came up, and some things happened, and bam, there was this tool, and it literally took me 15 minutes to convert a Crystal report to a Power BI, to a reporting services report. I'm not kidding you. 15 minutes. It wasn't a very complex report, but these running totals and stuff that was inside of Crystal reports was so easy to do inside of my paginated report. I published it up. I sent my CIO a link, and he walked over to my desk and go, "What is this?" Like, I don't know. Microsoft sent it to me. And he goes, "We're starting to use it." And we started migrating. We started migrating all of our Crystal reports to reporting services. And then, like, the next version, it got better with SQL Server 2005. And then they took a break. And then in 2008 R2, it got better. And then they took a really long break. And then they took a longer break. And then I said, "What? Did they fire everybody on the reporting services team? Does this product still exist at Microsoft?" I got on the phone. I called Bill Gates up. I said, "Hey, Bill, what's the deal? When you guys gonna fix reporting services?" He said, "Patrick, I get it, man. I know. I talk to Bill on a regular basis." And he said, "I'll get this fixed for you." And bam, they took all of the crazy ActiveX controls out. They gave us great printing. They updated the web portal. They called it a web portal. They created these great things called mobile reports that we're all using. No, don't use those. And they did KPIs, and they just did all these wonderful, they tried to modernize it a little bit. It was phenomenal. It was great. And they released this new product called Power BI Report Server, because everybody had to have their Power BI reports on premises, right? But it's limited what you can do. There's some cool stuff that you can do with your Power BI reports on premises. You can't do everything you can do in the cloud. Ask Chris Finland if you want to know what's coming and what's not coming. Don't ask me, because I don't know. He knows all this fancy stuff. And they made some changes. They added some stuff, and it's great. And then they decided we're going to do paginated reports in Power BI, which is phenomenal. I don't know if you guys remember. How many of you guys remember our first attempt at reporting services in the cloud? I'm gonna hold my hand like this, because it was not a pretty thing. How long did it last, Chris? 3 weeks? Oh, a year. Okay. So it's more like 3 weeks, all right? And they got rid of it, and now we're back. So what tools would you use to develop these paginated reports? Power BI Report Builder. I didn't update my slide because I thought I had time today because my session was like later, much later in the day, and I was leaving the Ask the Experts, where they were playing the music and stuff yesterday, and this guy walks up to me and he goes, "Oh, Patrick, your session's been moved to 8:15. It's like, 8:15? No, I would never do that. That's insanity. Who would present at 8 o'clock in the morning, right? I said, well, geez, I was gonna go out and have a few beers and socialize, but I guess I gotta go back to my room and build this session. I thought I had until 2:15. That guy's Adam Saxton, by the way, who's not very fond of right now, because he's decided to sit in the audience, and I'm up here at 8:15 presenting to you guys. So you can use, I meant to write Power BI Report Builder. You can use Power BI Report Builder to build these paginated reports. How many of you guys have downloaded Power BI Report Builder? I'll be dog. So there you go. I didn't even realize that. So don't use the top one. Don't use Report Builder for paginated reports. You only use the traditional Report Builder for reports that you're building on premises in Power BI Report Server and SSRS. Use Power BI Report Builder for your paginated reports, and it's really easy to get it. If you have a Power BI subscription, sign in to Power BI, you'll see the little drop-down arrow. Click that drop-down arrow, and you'll see Power BI Report Builder. You click it, you get it installed. What's great about this is two things. It's free. It doesn't cost you any money. So if you don't have a Power BI license, you can just search for Power BI Report Builder or search for Chris Finland, search for me, and you'll find a download link associated with one of our names. Once you download it, you can actually run these reports right in Report Builder without spending any money. You just connect to your data source, run the report. I'm gonna show this, I'm gonna show all this stuff. I'm getting all the slides out of the way so we can jump into the demo, okay? And then you can export, you can do everything you want with Report Builder without spending a dime. Does that make sense? What was it? Say it again. I missed it. Oh, say it again. I want because it's probably funny. There's but wait. We'll get to it, right? But you can do everything right on your, just like Power BI Desktop. You can open it up, create reports, build reports, do everything without spending one penny, okay? All right, what about SSDT? Can you build your paginated reports that's going to Power, and he's leaving. All right, have a good session. I hope you don't. I hope all sessions you go to are bad. Okay, so if you open up, if you build a report in SQL Server Data Tools, do not use shared data sets or data sources in those reports, okay? And go back, Chris, is the slide deck available that you created? Chris provided a list of the things that are not supported in paginated reports. Drill through, sub-reports, document, what's the thing at the top, like the bookmark, document mapping. Those things aren't supported right now. So if you have those in your report, if you're using embedded, if you're using shared data sets, data sources, if you are using data sources that's not supported by paginated reports in Power BI, it will not work. But you can open it in Report Builder, Power BI Report Builder, and then simply publish it, and I'm gonna show all these things, okay? So you can do it in data tools. You can absolutely design your reports in data tools. I prefer to use Power BI Report Builder because it's optimized for Power BI, and it ensures that I don't do anything that I can't do in Power BI. Does that make sense? Yep, I promise I'm gonna get to demo. I promise I'm gonna get to demo. It's coming. So, the but. All right, so if you want to publish your reports to the Power BI service, you must have a premium capacity. And so people go, so you telling me I gotta make this huge commitment of only a mere $5,000 a month. It's chump change to you guys, right? Your companies, you work for these big companies, that's chump change. $60,000 a year, that's nothing, right? Have to make this, you don't, you actually don't, right? You can also use, starting at an A4 SKU of Power BI embedded, you can spin that up, you can use it to do your development and testing, and then you can pause it when you don't want to, so you're not incurring the cost. You can do lots of development and testing using the A4 SKU and publish your reports and do everything you need with Paginated. And then once you decide you're ready to go, then you make the commitment to a P1 if you feel that's necessary, or a P2 or P3, something like that. Does that make sense? Yes, easy to configure, easy to configure. Yes, sir. I'm sorry? A premium only? So the question is, will this be premium only in the future? If I was an oracle who could read minds, I could answer that question. Yes? So I will say this, and Chris Finland is the PM for this product. I'm going to say this. It's not that it won't, it's that we're going to need your help to kind of push it and vote it and say we want this in pro. Is that fair enough, Chris? All right. So we are hoping that you guys can help us with this, this push that we want so we can get this in pro. But right now, today, it's only premium. And I can't say 100% sure that it's going to be pro. Yes? Okay, I'm going to say 50% that it may go to pro, approximately 50%, all right? Great question. I like the questions. And I'm going to show all these demos. Way in the back. Government. It was delayed until August. So the question is, what about the government cloud? Paginated reports are delayed until August. Got it? Whew, I'm good at answering these questions. All right, thank you, Chris Finland. All right, there are a few limitations. You can't pin these. If you're using Power BI, you can report server, you can connect your account to your Power BI, and then you can pin reports, pin elements to dashboards. You can't do that. The interactive features such as document maps and show and hide buttons, that's not available. Sub-reports, shared data sources and data sets. I should have put an asterisk by this because it's here, almost. You'll see it pretty soon coming out. Custom visuals, that should say custom visuals from Power BI not supported, and visuals from Power BI not supported. And embedding, in Power Apps embedding. So you can't take a Power App and embed it in a paginated report, okay? And I put that there because I'm about to do a shameless plug. Adam is actually going to present with me in the next slot. He's just kind of, he's a diva of some sorts. And so he doesn't present at 8 o'clock hour. So in our next session, we're going to talk about embedding Power Apps and stuff like that. So join us in our next session. We'll actually come on the stage and not be so lazy, okay? All right. Yeah, that's what you want to call it. I just call it lazy. Okay. So the Pixel Perfect report, I said all that, right? But I think you needed to know all that stuff before we got to the paginated report itself. And so the Pixel Perfect report, I am working on, and Chris Finland and I have been talking about this because I think there needs to be more education. There's this big thing about dashboarding today. Just by a show of hands, how many of you guys have attended or heard of dashboarding today? It's about everybody in the room. So I'm going to ask you a question before I commit to this and before I commit Chris Finland to this. If we said we would do something around like report in a day or report in half a day or report in an hour, how many of you guys would be interested in attending something like that? Wow. Okie doke. So Chris is committed to writing that up for you guys and making that available as soon as possible, okay? Stay tuned to the Paginated Report Bear YouTube channel and his Twitter channel, and Chris will be tweeting out a website or a wiki page or a Git repo where he's going to publish all that content. Thank you so much for your commitment to the product, Chris Finland. He's committed to paginated reports, people. Okay, so let's get into this. Let's get into the meat of this. So these are the data sources that are supported today, and I'm going to get through all these different data sources, not all of them, because the number one relational database, obviously, is SQL Server. I'm waiting for them to support the number 2, Access. And, of course, they just started supporting number 3, Oracle, right? Oracle's catching up with Access. And so you can use stored procedures and views and data sets. And we'll get to this demo. Just a few best practices that I like to do when I'm designing reports. I don't like to wrap number and date fields because it just looks awful in your report. I see people do this. They'll have a date and a time or a date, and it's smushed together. I can't read that. Can't read it. And your report consumers can't read it either, right? Always consider a text box. Judiciously think about your text and your font sizes. I hate it when I have these little bitty fonts or great big fonts. I mean, come on, some in the middle, somewhere in the middle. And these colorful 3D bar charts, just use pie charts. They're the best. What? Yeah, Pie charts. See, he said yes. Always use, this guy just gave me an endorsement. Always use pie charts everywhere, right? Alternating rows on your tables, do it because it helps highlight. It helps them because the reason I'm creating that table-based report is because it'll be very long. And if I just have white, or gray, it's hard for me to delineate between those rows. Use a rectangle. Don't use a rectangle, and I'll talk about why. And for you guys to know why Adam actually put this in the slide about the rectangle. He used to work in support. He thinks he's so smart all the time. But it's okay. He's actually right in this case. He's not right very often, but he's right in this case. All right? All right, yeah. All right? Now, so I meant to update this, but again, it's 8:15, and I didn't get a chance to update this because Adam changed my session without telling me. Before, the only way to get your report into Power BI was to go to the portal, click Get Data, use local file, and upload it. That was awful. And when Chris Finley showed it to me, I'm like, I'm not going to demo this. I'm not showing this. You got to fix this. And he fixed it like a week later. He's a pretty good guy. He got this fixed for us. It's phenomenal. I'm going to show you how you deploy it now. Once you get your report deployed, you need to configure your data set. And it does a good job at prompting you, hey, you published this report, you need to go update your data set. You need to set the credentials for your data set, all right? And these slides will be available somewhere on the MBAS site, right? And we'll deploy. Subscribing to the report, the parameters there was a requirement that they had defaults. I'm going to update these before I provide them to the team. Now, you don't have to have defaults. You can use the parameters that you specify. I'm going to demonstrate all this. It's actually up to, 25 megs. Free users can subscribe themselves to reports now. And email subscriptions are not only sent with default parameters, but they can be sent with the parameters that you specify. So all this needs to be updated, right? All this needs to be updated, all right? In addition, you can actually, when you create those apps in Power BI because you only want people to see particular things, a report, a dashboard, you can say, hey, you can see this report, you cannot see this report. So you can do all of that now. Those capabilities are all available, all right? And I believe that's all the slides. All right, so let's get in the demo. So if you don't have, let's get signed in to Power BI over here. If you don't have Power BI Report Builder, the easiest way to get it is to sign into your portal, click on the little drop-down arrow, and you'll see right there. All right? Click it, download it, install it. There's actually an older version of Report Builder. It's not older, it's just not optimized for Power BI. And the icons are different. The one that's optimized for Power BI, the icon is yellow and black. The one that's optimized for on-premises is red and white. Okay? Once you have it, I'll show you some pretty cool stuff. Chris made me think about something when he sat down right there, and they were like, you should do this in the demo. I'm like, you guys aren't on the stage doing this demo, so don't give me advice. This is my presentation. If you wanted to do it, you should do it yourself. I'm highly offended by this, right? But it's okay. So you can do a couple of things. If you have not deployed, this is a really good demo. Thank you, by the way, Chris. I'm giving you a hard time. But this is a really good demo, because that's what I do, give people a hard time. We're going to get this open, right? Let's just open one. And so what you can do, let's imagine this. You've built out a data model in Power BI. You built out this data model in Power BI. You've created your Power BI reports against that data model, but you need to create some paginated reports against that data model. Today, in the drop-down, you do not see Power BI data sets in the drop-down. Did you guys see the Power BI data sets in the drop-down? If you did, you're magical, because I didn't see it, okay? And so you don't see Power BI data sets in the drop-down. What you can do is, if you have a product like DAX Studio, there's actually a command prompt that you can run to get the connection string information for the Power BI report that is in import mode that is on your machine. Because Power BI actually instantiates an instance of analysis services in the processes of your machine, and you can get the local host and the port of that instance, and you can start building reports directly against that instance to do some testing against your paginated report. So watch this. So if I go here, and click connect, right? You see down here in the bottom right corner, it says localhost 63887. I have a model that I've built out in Power BI. I want to test that model. I want to build my report against that model to see, how my report is going to look, make sure that model meets all the requirements that I'm trying to do. All I need to do is remember 63887. Can somebody please remember that, because I'm not going to remember it. I'm a little older, a little senile. And so you can see I have a data source here. In Power BI, the first thing I want to point out, a primary difference between Power BI Desktop and Power BI Report Builder is that can I have a live connection and an imported connection in the same model? I'll wait for you to think about what I just said. Who said yes? Raise your hand. Raise your hand high, okay? We got one yes. Does anybody disagree with the man who said yes? Besides you, Chris Finland. Nobody disagrees. Can't do it. Well, let's see. Let's see. Let's just see, right? I like these friendly competitions. Adam and I are having a competition this afternoon to see who's the best guy in the cube. We already know who he is, but we won't go there. It's not that one, okay? And so right now, this data source is connected to SQL Server, but I want to live connect to an analysis services model. That's what I want to do, because I want to have this composite model, because I need some data from my AS model that IT has authored for me. I need some data that I've entered myself. I need some data from SQL Server. You cannot do this in Power BI today. Watch this, watch this, watch this. I want you guys to pay close attention. I go back to DAX Studio, because I already forgot that number. 63887, thank you so much. Let's go back to design. I'm going to add a data source. I'm going to call this my Power BI desktop file. And then I'm going to go to analysis services. Yep. And build local host. I've never done this demo before, so I have no idea. Chris could be setting me up, but they just said do this, so I'm doing it. 63887. So analysis services, this is the instance of analysis services that's running. I don't know if this is going to work. I have no idea. I have no idea if this is going to work. They could be setting me up, right? I'm going to just go ahead and click the down arrow, and bam, there's my model. I click OK. I click OK. Right-click on that, add data set, right? And let me see. Query Designer. There's my model. There's my measures, right? There's my year, right? I click the execute. There it goes. I'm going to click enter. Click OK. Watch this. Generates the DAX for me, right? I knew this was going to work. I knew this was going to work. I would never do this and it not work and embarrass myself, right? All right, what do you guys think? It's pretty cool. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Jeez. I know it's early, but geez. Yes, sir. So, remember, wait, hang on one second. You remember that guy, Will Thompson, that you talked to? Go ask him that. I want you to say, Patrick said, I want you to say, just please do me a favor. Please do me a favor. He's going to be at Ask the Expert, say, Patrick LeBlanc from the Power BI CAT team, and Power BI Report Builder, why can I have a live connection, an import, and a direct query? I want you to ask it just like this, but I can't do this in Power BI Desktop. It seems like Power BI Report Builder is a little better than Power BI Desktop. We'll leave it at that, okay? Just do that for me. Or Amanda Kofsky, or Kim Manis, one of them, right? Well, if you run into Amir Nets, please do this for me, all right? Okay, here we go, all right? And we move on. Very good question, my friend. I don't know. Would you just shut it up? You're not on the stage. This is not your presentation. You decided you did not want to come up here this morning. Please don't say that to Amir, but everybody else that I put in that list, please, okay? It's not your presentation. Okay, all right. Very good question, and I would like you to do that for me. Please do that for me. All right, so maybe paginated reports, maybe it's just a little bit better than Power BI. All right, you click OK, and you can start designing your reports. So easy, so easy. Now, Once I publish this, I can modify my connection string. I can point to the actual model. So using this approach gives me a chance to test, but I can also connect to the XMLA endpoint that's available in Premium. So when you configure your workspace, your Premium workspace, you can expose an XMLA endpoint that allows you to connect to that endpoint. So we're gonna go out to Power BI. We're gonna go to my workspace. We're gonna look for, there we go. So this is a Premium workspace that I have. If I go to Edit Workspace and I click on Advanced, you'll see right here that I have a workspace connection. Now you need to make sure that you enable this in your admin tenant sections, but I can copy this and then I can go to Power BI Report Builder, add new data source, 2 live connections, by the way. I'm just saying, I'm not showing off, right? I'm not bragging or anything, but a little bit, right? XMLA. Analysis services. Pop that in there. When I click this, you'll get the modern authentication experience because it wants me to authenticate. Click this, select this, and what you can do is you can consider this. It takes a little bit over conference Wi-Fi, but the workspace is kind of like an instance of analysis services, and every time I publish a model, that's my model that's published to that instance of analysis services. Does that make sense? And so now I can choose any one of these that I want, click OK, click OK. Now I have a direct query and 2 live connections to analysis services. Can't do that in Power BI Desktop. I'm just saying. I'm not bragging, I'm just saying. All right, okay, it's cool. It's good stuff, right? So now there's things you can do around report design. There's things that you cannot do in Power BI Desktop that you can do in Power BI Report Builder. And this is not to say discount how great Power BI Desktop is, right? I joke and kid about it, but they have their place, right? Both of them have a place. And so if we go over here, I want to show this because I think I can show a clear distinction between what you can do in Power BI and what you can do in Power BI and Power BI Report Builder. So I took time at 8:15, yesterday when I found out that I was doing this at 8:15, and I built a model in Power BI Desktop. In fact, the model that you guys saw when I went local host, that's the model I built. And I published it to my Power BI Premium workspace, and I reproduced my Paginated report that I'm gonna show you guys in just a few minutes, and I reproduced it in Power BI. It took me 2 painstaking hours to get this done, because I had to create several measures, I had to format things a certain way, I had to drag things a certain way, and then when I got done, it was like, you can't even really do what you're trying to accomplish. So here's the scenario. I work for a shipping company. We ship things. When we ship these things to our customers, they require that I send them an invoice every Monday morning. They require that I send them an email with every invoice for every shipment that they've made, okay? If I'm in Power BI, and I did it in Power BI, I was like, I don't need IT to author a report for me because they gave me a data set. I'm in Power BI. I'm an analyst. This is what I do. I work with data. I'm gonna design my own report. So this is what I did. I opened up Power BI Desktop. You can see right down at the bottom, I'm live connected to the model that I built in Power BI, and I published it to that workspace. And now what I did was, I started designing my report. So you see over here on the left-hand side, there's no model view or relationship view, because when you're live connected, the only thing you can do is create report level measures. You can't modify the model. And so one of the things as a best practice that I recommend for each and every person is, when you create your model, publish your model. Do not start designing reports, especially with this XMLA endpoint, because now I can use other third-party tools beyond Power BI and Excel. Now I can use Report Builder and any of the other, lesser tools. I won't, one that starts with a T, one that starts with a Q. I won't say their names, but you guys know who I'm talking about. One of them got purchased yesterday. And you can use those tools to connect to this endpoint and build reports. So what I like to do is, and every time I've spoken, I've said this, I like to use Power BI as 2 different tools, a data modeling tool, and I saw your hand, I'm not ignoring you, as a data modeling tool and as a visualization tool. I use it to create my data model, publish my data model to a workspace. Now that shared data sets are, I think they were announced preview yesterday. Yes, I wasn't at the keynote. I don't know what happened. I think I was working on these sessions. And so once they announce these shared data sets, now I can have a workspace with all my data sets, and then all these other things can connect to it. So what I have here is you create your data model, publish your data model, then you allow your report developers to connect to those data models, those central data models. So if I need to change the logic of a measure, if I need to create a new measure, or create a new calculated column, or rename a column, I publish it in one place, they click refresh, the schema updates, and now everybody has those changes. Just like a SQL Server analysis server, right? So instead of having 100 PBIX files with very similar models out there, create one. Don't put reports in it, publish it, and then use it as your central repository. Does that make sense? Yep, okay. So now what I've done is I've designed this report because I'm an analyst. I don't need IT. I think I don't need IT, right? I don't think I need them. And now I've designed it, and I'm trying to figure out how do I, and if somebody can answer this question for me, it would be great. I would find a Guy in the Cube sticker or a Power BI sticker and give it to you. If you can answer this question, I'm putting myself out here. What I'd like to do is export this report with both of the invoices on 2 separate pages from Power BI. I'll wait. You only have like 10 seconds because I got to get going. Can anybody tell me how to do this? Copy. That's inefficient because I still have to export it twice. I only want to do one export. You can't do it. That's not what Power BI is meant for, right? So what I'd have to do is I choose one invoice, right? File, save as, export to PDF, and then I choose the other invoice. Now I have 2 PDF files, and I have to manually create this email, and I have to manually send it out. Now that's not efficient. But wait. Right? So I realize I can't do this with Power BI in an efficient way. I can do it with Power BI. It's not that I can't do it. I can totally do it because I rebuilt the entire report in Power BI. It's not that I can't do it. It's just that it's a challenge for me to do this. Right? So now, if I go over to my paginated report, because this is what paginated reports are meant for. They are meant for things that span multiple pages. And I'm going to say this, and this is not me being just, a difficult person. Please don't ask me, Patrick, why can't I print multiple pages from Power BI? It's just not something that we are planning to do because that is what Power BI paginated reports is meant for. I get so many tweets and so many comments. Why can't I just do this in Power BI? Why can't I just ask Will Thompson? Right? Ask him. This is why we have Chris. This is why Chris is here, so that we can create these paginated reports. So check this out, right? So we'll talk about some features and stuff in paginated reports for everyone that's not familiar with it. Okay, let me run this. So here's my report, right? And there's my first invoice, and there's my second invoice. So invoice 1, invoice 2, right inside of this product. I haven't left anything. If I click export, I choose export to PDF. It gives them to me in one single page, and now I can email these out to the people, to my people in one email. It's awesome, but it's still manual. So I'll tell you how to fix this in a little bit. What's your question?
So we use a tool called Coupa.
I've never heard of that. Okay.
Data modeling for invoices. I'm just wondering, can it connect to like Coupa, Power BI?
I don't know Cooper. I'm sorry. I've never. Anybody heard of Cooper in the audience? No. I'll look it up. We can look it up and see. I don't know. Good question. I'm not sure. All right. Okay. So in this report, there's several things that I did. And I want to, with the last 20 or so minutes, I want to point out some things. Then I'm going to go over to the service and show you how to open a report from the service, save a report from the service, convert a RDL from a RDL design in Data Tools to an RDL design in Power BI, and show you how to publish it up. Right? So how many of you guys are on premises again with SSRS and paginated reports? And so you want to, every single week that raise your hand, I'm sure you're going to run out and get your premium capacity when it's over, and then you want to start your conversion. I'm going to make sure you can leave well-equipped to do those things before you walk out the room, okay? And so some things I want to point out. When I'm designing I want to show something here. In my Power BI desktop report, one of the things you can see is this, it's one expression, and I've I've colored one part of the text is red and one part of the text is black. How would you do that in Power BI? So let's go over to Power BI Desktop. So this is what I've did here, right? In Power BI Desktop, you can see that the invoice number, not with that there, you can see that the invoice number is black, the text, and then the number itself that I pulled from the report is red. How did I do that? And you guys know how I did it. I have two different elements. I have a text box that's black. I have a table or a card, and I colored it to red. Two different elements, right? In paginated reports, and some of you guys may already know how to do this. This may be old hat for some of you guys, but the reason I'm doing this because in the abstract, somebody decided to say I was going to show you how to build a pixel perfect report. So this is me showing you how to build a pixel perfect report. Okay? I don't know who wrote the abstract. I did not write the abstract. I know when I got an email saying, Patrick, you're presenting this session. So this is what I'm doing. Okay. So if you go over to paginated reports here, inside the text box itself, this is just a text box. You can right click and choose create a placeholder. How many of you guys have used placeholders before? So for all you guys that are new to paginated reports, once you drag a text box onto the screen, if you need to do, if I can concatenate all of this into one string using ampersand, okay? So I can make one single expression out of this. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So for example, right here, there's an expression language, and I make fun of this expression language. I'm going to tell you what this expression language is, and so I don't mean to offend, okay? So, but you attended my session, and for you guys that have attended my sessions, you know I like to say whatever I want to say. And so it appears as though this expression language, like C# and T-SQL, went out, had a few too many, and had a baby. I have no idea who came up with this expression language. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Sometimes it's this, sometimes it's that. I have no idea, right? And so in this expression language, you can see I have a literal string. I'm using the parameters that I specified, that I select, right? And then there's the ampersand to do a concatenation of a comma. Then I'm counting the number of values that's selected in the drop-down box, because it's a multi-select drop-down box. It's just a concatenation. But what if I wanted to have buying group bold with a different color or italicized or something like that? What I can do is I can create a placeholder. So instead of having one string that does the concatenation, I can create a placeholder, right? And I want the value of this placeholder to simply be a little string called Patrick, right? And then I can click it, and I can go to like number, font, or the formatting of it, and I can change the color to like blue. And within that text box, I can have the exact same things in that text box. So if I run this report, it'll say invoice number, show the invoice number with Patrick directly inside of that text box. Really simple, because I have complete control of every element of every space on this report. Another thing I want to show you, right? And so what you can do when you're designing your report, if your report opens up and you think it's going to have 2 pages, and it has 4, 5, 6 pages, there's blank pages everywhere, how do you fix that? For you seasoned report developers, you probably go, it's easy, Patrick. For you guys that don't know, these are critical things when you first start designing your paginated report. There's a gray area over here that you'll see. Right-click in that gray area. It's not very obvious. This is the reason I'm demoing this. You choose Report Properties, and by default, Microsoft takes an inch around the page. Kind of a lot, right? I don't know why they need that much, because I want the whole page, to be honest with you. All you need to do is change this to about 0.04 all the way around, and it should put everything on one page, right? From a width perspective. And then from a height perspective, you would go to your rectangle or your list and say, keep everything together, right? Or move it to the next page. You have those options. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So in this particular one, this is a list, and then there's a rectangle inside this list, and I'm going to tell you why I use this rectangle inside this list. If I go to rectangle properties, there's some properties here that says keep the contents of this together, you know, add a page break before, add a page break after. You have complete control of when these breaks are going to happen, and it's important that you know where these properties are. What I find is often when I teach, I taught reporting services classes for a company called Pragmatic Works. for many years. And one of the big things that I found out that people don't know about paginated reports is where all the properties are. Always right click, always right click, always right click, or watch this. So who knew this could happen? Who knew about this? Just raise your hand, it's okay. You see that little dot? And I wish they would make this more obvious, a little more obvious to all of us who are gonna use Power BI Report Builder. Chris Finland, you should pay attention to this part. This is something I need you to do. And so there's little bitty dots in all of the sections. Can you guys see those little bitty dots? Right there, see how small they are? Little tiny, little bitty things that you barely can see, right? If you click those little bitty dots, properties windows open up. How many of you guys knew that? Just a few amongst all these. How many didn't know that? Right? Look at that, Chris. Chris, look around. Look around. I'm just saying. Oh, you guys need to work. This is my session, so you should work for me. Okay? This is things, right? These little bitty things like this. Another thing in here is I like to talk about parameters. And so when you go to view, you can click the properties window also. So the properties window, there's tons of properties in here. And one of the things you have control over that you don't currently have control over in Power BI Desktop is showing and hiding things based on an expression. So I could I can set a drop-down box and say, I want this table visible. And so yes. And then you can set an expression, a visibility expression on that to say, if parameter value is yes, show this table. If not, hide this table. Can I do that in Power BI Desktop? No, the answer is no. You can't. You can't do it in Power BI Desktop. One more thing I want to show you, and Chris loves this feature. Let me see if I can find it. I never can find it. It's an auto refresh feature. Where's that at? Where's that at, Chris? Pay attention for 1 second, my friend. I don't know where it is. Right there, right? So I can create my report, and if I have the report on my screen, I set it to 2 seconds, to 5 seconds, to 3 seconds, the report will automatically refresh and pull the latest data from the source. So if I have it published out to Power BI, I can set that value, open the report up, and every few seconds, however long I specify, it'll just automatically refresh that report for me. It's pretty impressive. Yeah? How many of you guys knew about that one? Just a few people, just a few. You was thinking about asking it, right? We're right here. You and I, we're right here, right? Okay. So I have 12 minutes left. There's 3 things I want to show you. The first thing is, like I said at the beginning, at the onset of this presentation, Power BI and paginated reports, they're a marriage. They're a complementary product, right? Complementary features inside of Power BI. And one of the things I think is really important is, as report developers, once we design these reports, there's oftentimes we need to do ad hoc analysis of this data set. And so what I've done is, remember I talked about that data set, making that data set available to these individuals. And what we can do with Power BI reports today, this is something you cannot do with paginated reports. Chris already knows about this. Adam and I, we just beat him up about it, is you cannot pass URL filters to paginated reports. They're working on it, it's coming. But with Power BI reports, I can pass URL filters. So imagine this. I run this report. I'm gonna run it in the service so you can see actually how it works. I run this report, and I have this link that says ad hoc analysis. But what I like to do is pass the context of this report to the data set, so the data set is filtered by the parameters that I have selected. Does that make sense? Yes? No? Maybe so? And so what I've done is I've created an expression in this box right here. Hang on 1 second. There's an option in paginated reports called action. And on the action, you can put this on almost any field or any object in paginated reports. So when I click it, it'll do something, right? And so what I've done is I've said go to URL, and I've built out this URL that takes me to a Power BI report. But if you notice, I'm filtering that report by the selected customer. So when I click that hyperlink, it takes the ID of that customer, opens the Power BI data set, filters that Power BI data set by that report, and now the analyst that's looking at this particular Power BI report, paginated report, can do some ad hoc analysis of that data model in Power BI. Yes, ma'am? Oh, the question is, can you pass more than one parameter? And the answer is yes, you can. But wait, you can also do in list, So I can say, this value in customer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So, or I can say equals this and this value. And so I actually have 2 videos out on our Guy in the Cube channel that show you how to do this. And there's great documentation on the Power BI site. Very good question. Yes, sir. Yes. So the question is, Chris Finland, can you go from a Power BI report to a paginated report and pass filters to that paginated report? The answer today, because of Chris Finland, is no. In the very near future, before the calendar year is over, maybe, the answer will be yes. He just said this, right? And so something else that's really important that I want to say right here is, I give Chris a hard time, but Chris he's doing a great job, and he knows I'm just kidding. Maybe he doesn't, I don't care anyway. And so imagine this. How many rows can you export in a Power BI report? Say it again, say it louder. 1 million, whoa, no. 30,000 or 150,000, right? There's a limit, just depending on. Think about this, if you're using paginated reports today, this is not quite, if you're using on-premises reports today, on-premises, I'm gonna say it again. If you're using on-premises paginated reports today in Power BI Report Server or SSRS, you can overcome that limitation by building a hyperlink. So you can't do what you're asking, but if you're on premises, if your reports are on premises, if your paginated reports are on premises, you can create a URL to your paginated report that is on premises. You can pass in URL filters in reports that's on premises today, but you also have a render option. And you can say render as CSV. So I can create a hyperlink in my Power BI report next to a table that has 1 million rows in it, but I can only export 150,000 in Power BI. But if I create a hyperlink that goes to my paginated report, that's just a table with all those columns, I click that hyperlink, it's just gonna pop open a Save As button, and I have all my 1 million rows right there, exported to CSV or Excel. That's a workaround, but once we get this option in paginated reports, you can do it all, splash zone, sorry about that. You can do it all in Power BI. Does that make sense? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? It's a great workaround, right? It's kind of somebody said it was a hack. I say, no, it's a very intelligent workaround that I came up with because I'm smart, right? Go ahead. Can you do it without premium? You can absolutely do it. So the question is, can you do this without premium? You can absolutely do this without premium. You can do this as long as you have Power BI Report Server or SSRS running on premises, you can totally do this, okay? You don't need premium capacity. Okay, so another thing I want to show, was there another question? No, another thing I want to show you that I promised I was going to show you. So I have a RDL file that I created in Visual Studio in SQL Server Data Tools. How many of you guys know SQL Server Data Tools? You've worked with SQL Server Data Tools. So back then, Report Builder was out. Report Builder has been out forever, but a lot of people didn't use it. For us IT, we use Visual Studio to create our reports because it was integrated with tools like Team Foundation, Visual Source Safe, and Git, and things like that. So we can do version control and lifecycle management and things like that, because Report Builder is not natively integrated with these tools. So we built a lot of our solutions in Visual Studio. So in this case, most of us that were using reporting services built our reporting services reports directly in Visual Studio. So when I was over at Ask the Experts yesterday, at least 10 times I was asked, can I convert? It's gonna go up every time I say it. At least 10 times, at least 15 times, I was asked, can you convert your RDL report that I built in SQL Server Data Tools to a report that I can publish to paginated reports? Let me show you guys. So you open up Report Builder, you go File, Open, choose this PC, I'm not gonna save this, and then I browse to the location of this report, and you can see I have a project called SSRS. You'll see there's my RDL file. This RDL file was created by SQL Server Data Tools. This is what we use. This is our default product. I click this, I click Open, right? There, it's a really simple report with just customer name and customer ID. If I go here, there's my data source. There's the data set I created. I can run this report. I have to put in my username and password. There's the report. I didn't do anything. What did I do? I just opened the RDL. Now I'm done with it. It's great. When you sign in to the account that has access to your Power BI premium capacity. And then all I need to do now is file, come on, save as, Power BI service. It's going to give me a context window and say, hey, which workspace do you want to save it to? You save it to that workspace, then you go over to Power BI, and now you can run that report directly in Power BI. If I edit this report, I can save it directly back to Power BI. I can also open reports directly from that's already saved in Power BI. Power BI Desktop can't do this yet. I can go open reports that are published to the service and open them directly in Report Builder, edit them and save them back. So I have, live edit and interaction directly in Report Builder. I can go back and forth without ever saving the file locally. Does that make sense? Yep. So the last thing I want to show you is subscriptions, because I'm back, my analyst. IT has authored my report for me. I'm so excited about what they've done for me. Here's my report published out to the service. My customers are calling me because I have 4 customers that I work with, 4 really big customers that I work with, and they want their invoices sent every Monday morning at 8:15, like this session. 8:15, and you guys know I'm not an 8:15 kind of guy. So thankfully, Power BI, the SSRS team, Paginated team, whatever they're called, has built this for me. I click subscribe. I click add a subscription. I can name this as customer 1. Right? I can choose, there's different options I have. I can say a PDF, XML, whatever I want. I can say use my current parameters or use the default parameters. I'm going to use my current parameters. I'm going to send this out to my guy in the Cube account also. So you can send this to external accounts also, not just to myself. I can set my daily frequency. I can say I want to do this every hour, but I just really want this once a week, every Monday at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. And then I can also give that person access to the report. I don't want to do this. I don't want to set them up because they're external and I would need to set up B2B and all that kind of stuff, add guest accounts. I don't want to do that. And then there you go. I would save and close this. I don't think I haven't specified everything here. Come on. What else we got here? I messed something up. And then you click save and close, and then you can run it now, and it will send that email to everyone in your organization, and they would get that email in their inbox as a PDF. All right? And they would send multiple pages to them. So let me show you what it looked like. So if I go export to PDF, let me show you what this looked like. There we go. So there's page 1, nice and pretty, and there's page 2. And just like that, it's ready to go. All right? Any questions? Yes, sir? I don't know. Can you subscribe? Yes. Yes, you can subscribe groups. The question is, can you subscribe groups? Yes, you can subscribe groups. Yes, ma'am. Yes. So the question is, when I publish the report in the workspace, when will it show up in the app? So once I publish in the workspace, I need to toggle it on. Once it's there, I'll have to update the workspace for it to show. In the app, I'll have to update the app for it to show in the app. Good question. That's a good question. I should put that in the deck. Any other questions? Man, I'm right on time. 1 minute left. This is perfection. Yes. When should you not use a rectangle? Man, I forgot to talk about that. Hang on, I'm not right on time. So, dang it. So if I'm using a list or a table or something like that, and I want full control over what's in that list or whatever, I put a rectangle in it, and then I can drag other elements into the rectangle. If I don't need full control over what's in that text box, if I just want the field, if I just want to specify something, just use it. Don't use a rectangle. Also, if you drag like a KPI or a spark line or something into a text box and it shows distorted, you can take it out, create a rectangle, drag it into that rectangle, size it the way you want, then put it in the text box, and then it'll show properly. Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, it's a good one, right? I completely forgot to talk about rectangles. I'm so sorry. All right. Yes. I'm sorry? Fetch XML. I don't. No, you cannot do that. So the question is, can you get a dynamic CRM data set from a fetch XML? The XMLA endpoint? Is that? Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know anything about Dynamics. Oh, it doesn't work through the gateway. So yes. Okay, yeah. So you can't do that. Yeah, if the gateway team supports that, then you could do it. Oh, I've never heard of that before. All right, there was one more question, then I'm out of time, I think. Is this data-driven? So the question is this supported for data-driven subscriptions? Not yet. We are working on that. That's currently on the roadmap. Yes? All right, thank you guys so much for getting up early in the morning. We'll see you guys at the next session.